What's up guys, it's Charles here with Rocket Punch. I'm going to do a quick how-to video. This is the leader class Jetfire. We've probably all seen many reviews on it, including mine. And one of the issues that I have with the figure, as many other people do, is the lack of a wrist on this figure. Okay, since it's molded in one piece. What I'm going to do is show you guys how to get this going, which is a articulated hand that's also pivotable. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need is, of course, a Jetfire. The second thing you're going to need is something like a Dremel tool, anything that you can do to cut the hand off. What I'm using is this little thing here, which I purchased at Harbor Freight for about $8 after a 20% off discount. Although it's not really the most balanced piece in the world, so you don't want to be drilling the holes with the Dremel tool. That's really just to take the hand off. If you have a nice Dremel, excellent. If you have a nice little drill, excellent also. The other thing you're going to need is the PH02 fan style hands for prowl. Normally these are designed for prowl, but I found these to be similar in design to Jetfire's hands, and of course they're white. Alright, so we're going to be using this attachment. This is the little rotary disc. This cuts through the plastic really nice. Again, if you have a good Dremel, better for you. This cheap one, you can't put a lot of pressure. It will just stop. It's not that great, but it works for what you need it to do. Which is to cut this guy's hand off. And we're going to turn this on. I'm going to show you how it is to dig in. I'm not going to spend the whole video showing you the whole time it takes me to do this, but just the way it cuts right in, and then you're just going to give it a jab from all the way around until you can snap the hand off. So we'll go ahead and get started. You'll see it quickly heats away at the plastic, and you'll see it stops once in a while because it's not powerful at all. If you have a real Dremel, it will work a lot better, but you do have to be careful. When you get a good chunk of the one side, you want to go ahead and try on the other side, and then continue to do the same thing on all four sides. I can't stress this enough. Don't grind right up against the red. You want to leave a little space, so that way, because obviously the thickness of the tool, and you don't want to start cutting into the red, because right here you can see how thin the red wall actually is. So you want to just only cut on the white. You can always pop it off after you've gone all the way around, and you'll see this extra stuff. You can always grind that off, but if you cut too far in, pretty much out of luck. Now this does require a steady hand. If you've never done anything like this, I suggest getting some help, but you can use the this little rotary tool to just start scuffing down all the extra plastic here, like so, around the edges, and be careful you don't take away too much. Once you've grinded off most of what was there, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's still going to look cool anyway. But if you want to be a perfectionist, you can block sand it, or there's actually this little block grinder here. You can go ahead and do that, but it's a little time consuming, but just get it flat enough. And then you also have to modify the hand. You'll see it's got this little round piece. We don't want that because obviously we can't peg it through. So take a grinder. What I used is this attachment here, and I just went around just sort of eyeballing it, and you have to eyeball it little by little or you will eat through way too much. So just keep doing it all the way around till you get a perfectly straight peg. And once you're done with that, you should just have a straight peg. It might not be perfect. You don't really need it to be perfect, just as long as it's peg shaped right there. And then we're going to go ahead and drill a hole here to fit the hand. So the next thing we want to do is mark the hole here for drilling. You may want to measure it if you guys are anal like that, but I kind of just eyeball it right where it's in the center and just start scoring it by twisting the knife around like so, and just get a hole to go through. Just like that, you'll see it easily makes a hole. And double check it, just make sure it is sort of centered there, and then we're going to take a drill to it. Next thing you want to do is find a drill bit that's just slightly smaller than the peg itself, or actually doesn't even matter, just as long as it's a little bit bigger than this, just not bigger than the peg. And again, I don't recommend using that cheap tool. If you have a nice Dremel that's nice and balanced, good. If you have a drill, even better. So just go ahead and drill that out. Once you got that drilled out, you'll see the hole is a little bit bigger. Then find a drill bit that is just a tad smaller than the peg itself. Now if it helps you a little bit, the drill bit I'm using is a 5/32 drill bit. Now when you do use the 5/32, it's probably not going to pop in very easily, so very carefully with the drill bit, just go around once. Like hold it at an angle and go around once. And I can't stress this enough, do little by little. Don't go nuts, because you will just end up making a big hole and screw everything up. Now, another thing with the peg, if you do find that it has a little thickness around the top, as you see here, compared to the rest of the peg, that's fine, because it'll just give that extra pop when you go to put it in. So right there, see how it pops in, and it actually holds very well because of the thicker part of the peg. And as you can see, my Jetfire is now fully articulated in the hands and the wrist. About the only downside to this is the fact that he's no longer going to be able to hold this gun. As you can see, there's not enough peg for him to hold on, and the weight of this is just going to open up the fingers. About the only gun he's going to hold the right way is Prowl's gun, which is able to peg in right in there, just like that. So hopefully, if this catches on, I don't know if it will, but maybe somebody with a Shapeways talent can devise a gun that would do that. But, you know, again, this would have to catch on for somebody to do that. But it would be pretty cool. But in any case, it's an articulated Jetfire hand, which is awesome, because now the figure just looks so much better. You obviously have to pose it in a cool manner. But hopefully this helps you guys out that really can't stand him having a fixed hand, which is, these are just garbage, to be honest, but really brings out the awesomeness of this figure. This is really what it needed. And yeah, so if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, support the channel. I love what I do, and I hope you guys do also. And till next time, bye bye.